Inflation frustration as new numbers are released. The comeback cats are back home.
Markout toward the net, rebound, score!
After mixed results in the capital city. And officers honored.
I just relied on my training. Someone was in distress. We are trained to react.
For bringing a baby back from the edge. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Anya Joseph.
And I'm Nicole Castañeda. Today is Thursday, May 12th, 2022.
Live from the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Landmark settlement for the Surfside condo collapse victims and their families. This morning, an agreement has been reached for the families of the Surfside condo collapse victims.
The proposal still needs to be finalized in the class action lawsuit, but the decision was announced yesterday. Judge Hasman, who still needs to approve the proposed settlement, still says the speed of the case coming to an end is beyond extraordinary as the first anniversary of the collapse nears.
The congressional redistricting plan backed by the Governor Ron DeSantis has failed its first legal challenge. A Florida Circuit Court judge has ruled that the redistricting would be illegally suppress black voters in the northern Florida. The goal of the redistricting is to turn the additional districts Republican, but both are currently represented by black lawmakers. The governor has promised to appeal.
A bill attempting to preserve nationwide access to abortion has failed to pass in the Senate. Democrats put forth the Women's Health Protection Act to codify abortion as federal law. This comes amidst the Supreme Court's leaked draft opinion, where they may overturn Roe v. Wade as early as next month. Ultimately, Democrats could not get Republican support on the bill, and it was shot down 49-51.
And inflation is decreasing today for the first time since August, but prices may not just go down yet. A new consumer price report shows that the price index increased 8.3%. This is welcome change after March brought the highest inflation rate level in over 40 years at 8.5%. Although the numbers show that the inflation peak may be behind us, economic advisors warn that major global events like the war in Ukraine will continue to affect the economy. This means that economic pressures American households are facing may not improve anytime soon.
Two police officers jumping into action to save a 3-month-old baby choking in her car seat. The rescue was caught on police body cam.
It's okay.
Body cam footage of two Springfield police officers capturing a scary situation on Monday. Officers Christopher Charles and Luis Rodriguez were working a detail when a car pulled over and a woman jumped out crying for help.
A woman got out of the vehicle and began screaming that her baby wasn't breathing. Officers immediately ran to the vehicle and found the 3-month-old infant girl to be pale, choking, and gasping for air.
The two officers taking immediate action.
Officer Rodriguez requested an ambulance while Officer Charles removed the baby from her car seat, placed her face down on his forearm, and began patting her on the back to clear her airway. Shortly after, the baby responded by crying.
Come on, I want you to cry. I got you, Mama. I got you.
Both officers are members of the most recent graduating class of the Springfield Police Academy, crediting the department for their skills that prepared them for a situation like this.
I just relied on my training. Someone was in distress. We are trained to react. We do a lot of training in the academy. Also, I just came from in-service as well. And I also have kids.
I have a very good partner beside me. If it wasn't for him, none of this stuff would have ever happened as well. He did everything he could, and luckily the baby came out to be okay.
And both Mayor Dominic Sarno and Police Superintendent Cheryl Claprude praising the two officers for giving this terrifying situation a positive outcome.
This baby is alive because of Officer Charles and Officer Rodriguez's efforts.
Thankfully, the baby was released from the hospital later that day, and the mom, who wishes to remain anonymous, says she's thankful for the life-saving measures of the officers.
What started as a typical day for some firefighters turned into something they had never seen before, a car fire leading to a memorable marriage proposal. Firefighters at Williamson Fire Rescue Station 28 Paydensville head out on life-saving missions every day. But one of their latest calls was life-changing.
We got the call for a vehicle fire on the interstate.
Just before noon Monday, Captain Stephen Humrich, engineer Steve Hopkins, and firefighter Mitchell Greenham were part of a crew that responded to the scene of a car fire on 840 East.
When we got there, the hood was completely melted down, the tires were almost consumed. It was rocking and rolling pretty fast.
Crews were able to put the fire out quickly and no one was hurt, but they learned there was something valuable left inside the car. While the Nissan Altima was burned beyond recognition, one of the passengers told firefighters somewhere in the rubble was a box containing a diamond engagement ring the driver had just bought for his girlfriend.
I started digging around in the ashes, and lo and behold, it was up over under the driver's seat, melted to the corner post of the seat, basically, and I kind of just wiggled it loose and opened it up, and it was just like brand new.
The surprising discovery led to an impromptu proposal that firefighters were able to record on the groom-to-be's phone.
We got down on one knee, safely off the interstate, and we weren't sure what her reaction was. We couldn't hear what they were saying because of the traffic in the distance, but she had a tear in her eye, and I saw a nod of yes and kiss.
Go on.
It was a moment firefighters were proud to witness, and the couple will cherish forever.
We see a lot of different things, and a lot of it's not so good, but you know, it's not every day you get to see something like that.
I think they had a proposal they'll probably never forget in their own entire lives, you know.
Volunteer fire engineers Terry Boris and Stephen Hopkins and firefighter Mitchell Greenham were the first to be able to wish many years of happiness to the future bride and groom. Something happened in the 9th inning of the Marlins game out in Arizona that has never happened to the team before.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Barkov toward the net, rebound, score! Off the end boards, it's for Hagee, and Florida's on the board.
The Florida Panthers down 3-0 in Game 5 against the Capitals try to prove how they earned the nickname Comeback Cats. Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Comeback Cats. Anyone who even thought of turning off last night's playoff game when the Panthers were down 3-0 missed an incredible show. For the second straight game, the Panthers win it with an amazing comeback.
The Capitals were up 3-0 in the second period. Then they scored 5 unanswered goals to win 5-3. After the win, the excited fans at the FLA Live Arena showed the icy plastic rats. If the Panthers win tomorrow night in DC, the series is over.
Last night, the Miami Marlins made a statement by defeating the Diamondbacks to avoid a 3-game sweep in Arizona. The Diamondbacks scored 2 runs in the 8th to tie the 3-3 before the best ninth inning in Marlins history. The Fish got 8 consecutive hits and scored more runs than the team had ever scored before the ninth inning. Final score in this one, Marlins 11, Diamondbacks 3.
And that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Nicole Castañeda.
And I'm Anya Joseph. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.